When I graduated from high school 2 years ago, everyone was so eager to point me towards what I should do with my life. Because I was salutatorian, many suggested I go into medicine or some other prestigious profession. That seemed like a fine choice because as far back as I can remember, I've been avid about helping. But I knew I wanted to make a different kind of dent and change the world. That was a little contradicting though, because I also wanted their approval. You know, at our age, acceptance is huge, but particularly fitting for me because, you see, I was named after the Little Mermaid. Ariel is a talented mermaid, but a princess nonetheless. Her father is King Triton, and they rule the waters. There's no doubt they have all the money and fortune to live life comfortably. Ariel doesn't have a terrible life. She says so herself. Wouldn't you think I'm the girl? The girl who has everything? But Ariel feels she has a greater purpose. She's dissatisfied with life in the sea and fascinated with life on land. Fearful that a ship killed her mother, King Triton forbid Ariel from what she admired, telling her she's lost her senses completely. You see, sea life for the Little Mermaid isn't a bad thing, just as my contemplating a profession in the medical field wasn't harmful. But listening and following those plans others had for my future was harmful. I craved the acceptance. I needed others to acknowledge me as wealthy and successful, and my path no longer became about giving and making a difference as I went into college wildly confused and chose architecture just to say I had an impressive, financially stable major that still required an array of mathematics and science. At this point, I was malcontent, just like Ariel. I remember it vividly asking God, "Who is it you want me to be?" And I spent a lot of time then contemplating my actions, and at some point I came across a media influencer, Jay Shetty, who introduced me to the Japanese concept ikigai. Immediately I thought, this is it. This is what God wanted me to see. Because we've all heard advice about finding our passion, because it will craft a profession we love. But there's still something missing, and that will ultimately make us feel no less worthless. Ikigai brings more. It offers what I see as the essential balance for humanity. Here's an illustration showing the intersection of that which you love, that which you are good at, that which you can be paid for, and the one I often see left out, that which the world needs. And at the center of this Venn diagram, where passion, profession, vocation, and mission overlap, is your ikigai, or reason for being. You see, Disney's Ariel knew she couldn't achieve this balance when banished from what she admires. She is rejected time and time again. "Ariel, life under the sea is better than anything they got up there," Sebastian says himself. Ariel refuses to settle and fights back for her ikigai. She gives up her voice and even gambles with her soul and life. And what happens next is astonishing because Ariel proves that, well, first, that mermaids can marry humans, but also that her reason for being is held and uniting the sea and the land. My dad found his reason for being as a state patrol officer. He was known for pulling over drunk drivers, not because he enjoyed it, but because he wanted to keep humankind safe. Any person I've met to this day that once crossed paths with my father has gone out of their way to tell me he impacted their life for the better. One thing I am certain of is in his lifetime, he truly understood the value of that which the world needs, though it was far from easy. Police officers often suffer trying to do their duty. We sometimes shame their actions, then demand protection. Life's hard the way it is, so when society tells you you're not doing a good enough job, you settle for believing it. What was his reason for being turned into nothing but a vocation? I couldn't know for sure, but I think this is why at age 35, my dad decided this trauma left him empty and uncertain of his own belonging. And that's when we lost him to suicide. Researchers have found that losing life purpose can be detrimental to life itself. What my dad thought he was good at, he no longer felt capable of doing. That which he loved, he no longer loved, and that was it. I witnessed my dad not receive approval. It's no wonder I've craved it. What I wish I could tell my daddy now is that society's opinion doesn't matter. That he did have life right. That he did find his reason for being, and it was more than enough. And that how you best help the world is by caring about the people in it and not what the people in it think. And with this notion, I began to explore my own ikigai. I backed out on studying architecture because I realized it was not my own true desire. I switched my major to marketing, realizing it fit my mission better. I'm constantly looking for greater opportunities, not because I'm unhappy, but because I will settle for nothing less than my purpose. I also began mentoring with Nebraska Human Resources Institute, where I work with a young lady in 5th grade, helping her define and develop her strengths. This effort creates a ripple effect, so she too can influence others. No, this does not fulfill my ikigai completely because, well, it's volunteer work and so I'm not getting paid. But I can assure you, it is that which I am good at. It is that which I love. And it sure is that which the world needs. And what it is that the world needs is to hear more happy endings like Ariel's, where we can witness stories like that of my friend, Jared, who is 1 semester shy of graduating college with a degree in business accounting, already receiving corporate offers, but is being called by finding his ikigai to take a full-time role as a missionary with Focus, the Fellowship of Catholic University Students. More stories like Jay Shetty, who introduced me to this Japanese concept in the first place, who graduated from business school himself, and then went and traveled and learned about life from monks to create the movement making wisdom go viral. Why settle for society's plans and opinions, then feeling useless? Why settle in your sea when land is calling? Why settle for the world when you can settle for something far beyond and greater to fulfill here with your ikigai, your reason for being? Thank you.